What's good? We back with some news. Cris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes will square off. I believe Cris Cyborg's 145 featherweight title. This puts the number 1 and number 2 women's fighters in the world in the same ring. Shout out to the UFC for delivering the best fight and the best. Just the lack of that in the sport of boxing, but it's the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know we talk more than boxing. We try to cover the whole board from sports and boxing, football, basketball, politics, news, music. So if it's your first time listening, I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not the most versed guy in UFC. I'm learning to love mixed martial arts. I'm learning more and more every time I watch it. And one thing I can tell about UFC is that they continue to put on the best fight and the best fights in their sports. And this is another one. You know, this has been rumored for a while. And Amanda Nunes had a foot injury, and that's what kind of held it up. It's going down December 29th. UFC 232 live from the T-Mobile Arena. Brand spanking new arena in Vegas. You know, a year or two old now, all right? And, you know, it's going down to 145 pounds. A lot of people tell me Amanda Nunes is just too small. The one thing I can tell you about Amanda Nunes, she can strike. You know, I seen her. She made Miesha Tate submit, so she got some groundwork. And when she strikes, she's an accurate puncher, man. She's a very, very accurate puncher. And Cris Cyborg is a straight animal. I seen her spar Clarissa Shields before, and she got a future in boxing. You know, I heard she crossing over to boxing perhaps after this, or her UFC contract is up. And she held her own with Clarissa Shields in the ring. And she's a very, very multifaceted and talented women's combat sports woman. I want to say sportsman, but this is definitely, you know, what the doctor ordered right here. UFC is trying to bring it or end the year and bring in the new year with a bang, December 29th. And damn, man, you know Vegas is all for this. I'm a casual when it comes to UFC. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm learning to really love the sport. And this is one of the fights that I bring up all the time. And I like to give people a synopsis or their thoughts on the fight. You know, it's definitely a fight that's wanted by fight fans. I'm not just say UFC fans. I know a lot of boxing fans like myself and combat fans that want to see this fight. And I've been asking about it, and it's going down December 29th. And it's funny that they put that pay-per-view so late in December, because there's other combat sport pay-per-views that could take place from the boxing world, and they might try to squeeze it in, but it's just it's such a great product, and it's always very, very, it's a great thing when women can headline a card, you know, especially of this nature. And I think UFC, women in the UFC and Dana White has really set the platinum standard for all combat sports to fall in line and really promote women in the sport. And the women throw down. You know what I'm saying? Some of the women's fight, or most of them, be better than the men, both boxing and mixed martial arts. So this is daytime. You know what I'm saying? This is daytime to really show everybody that is, you know, women's sports is here. This is going to be epic. You know, if this fight lives up to the bill, this may bring millions and millions of new fans to this sport, to women's combat sports everywhere. This is critical. Just as Christina Hammer taking on Clarissa Shields in a square circle is critical, this following that up is going to give women's combat sports so much momentum, and I think it's going to rise. I think you're going to see them really, really start to get paid, and a lot of people really, really taking interest. This Cyborg versus Amanda Nunes fight and Christina Hammer versus Clarissa Shields fight, those two fights, one supposed to be sometime this year, Hammer and Shields, and this one is going to be December 29th. Is game changers for women combat sports. Not even women combat sports. This is game changer for women's sports. WNBA ball players want equality. Other women's sports want equality. This is a game changer. And I'm very, very blessed to be able to see this in my lifetime, to see women's combat sports rise to the forefront and end off combat sports for 2018 and really bring in the momentum for 2019. So shout out to Cyborg and Amanda Nunes for fighting the best, fighting the best. Number 1, fight number 2, pound for pound in women's mixed martial arts in the UFC. And what else could you want? But But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to join our new podcast, the link in the description. Got 11 episodes spanning from basketball, boxing, combat sports, all types of stuff, NFL talk. So go ahead and check it out. Subscribe. Hit the link in the description. Also, if you're into college sports, we on S1210, College Sports Most Wanted, college football and basketball, and some high school needs as well. You can check us out there if you want to donate. The PayPal link is there as well. You know, we grinding, man. So, you know, be on the lookout for more content. And much blessings to everybody out there. One time for the one time. TBC and more. Signing off. We gone.